When I look at goal setting, the first thing that I look at is the outcome, the big picture, where I want to be at. Positive thinking is so important. In setting your goals, you have to see where you want to be at in order to get there. If you see yourself where you want to be at in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, if you see the big dream and you work your way backwards, you can actually develop the steps that you need to take to get to that goal. When you're first setting your goal, you have to make sure that it's your goal, that it's not somebody else's goal, because you have to have the passion behind it to take yourself to the next level. You have to really make sure that when you're setting your goals, it's about you personally and where you want to be at, not about where somebody else expects you to be at. Does that make sense? Because once you realize where you're at in your own current situation, you can actually correct the things that you need to move forward. And it's not just one aspect as far as money goes. It's the entire circle: financial, family, spiritual, physical, emotional, relationships, knowledge. It's all right there for you. Once you set one goal and you achieve it, you kind of have to set new goals to get you to the point that you want to be at. If they don't see a problem, they stay where they're at because they're in that comfort zone. And it takes you back to getting yourself out of that comfort zone. When you started your business, you had a dream and a goal and set in your head, right? So if you stay at the same place, you're actually not going to, go forward at all. You have to always look at where you want it to be. Don't get complacent. Keep moving forward. You never want to stay in that, in the lull. I tend to like to surround myself with successful people because that rubs off. Does that make sense? If you keep yourself around successful people, you're actually gonna model what they've done and what they do. Before they were experts, they had failure. Motion creates emotion. Emotion is passion. That passion is what drives you to take the action. Everything has a reason and there's an outcome, and then you keep going forward. You keep going forward until you get to where you want to be at. And then you set new goals. Kids can rattle off anything. What do you want? Da-da-da-da-da. They can totally rattle it off. As an adult, we sit and think, well, does that make sense? Should I do this? Should I do that? Think about it in a childlike manner, because it always goes back to that. It always goes back to the basics. Sometimes it's difficult, but you really do have to face your own reality and where you're at in your life.